Dear friends, welcome to my video on what are deep neural networks. Kindly click on the CC button for subtitles. You've probably heard about artificial intelligence, AI, right? It's like everywhere these days, from your smartphone's camera to those smart assistants that can play your favorite tunes. At the heart of this AI revolution are these fascinating things called deep neural networks, or DNNs for short. Imagine a DNN as a really eager student, but instead of reading books, it learns by looking at tons of data. This student isn't just any learner. It's like a supercharged brain made up of layers and layers of neurons. Not the ones in our brain, but tiny, virtual ones. These layers are what make it deep. In a DNN, you have an input layer where you feed in your data, like pictures of cats and dogs if you're trying to make a pet recognizing eye. Then, there are hidden layers, which are the main playground where all the learning happens. Lastly, there's the output layer that tells you what it thinks it's looking at. Hey, that's a cat. But how does it learn? Well, it's all about connections and weights. Each neuron in a layer is connected to the neurons in the next layer. These connections have weights that adjust as the network learns. If the network keeps mistaking a chihuahua for a muffin, it tweaks these weights. Over time, and with a lot of data, these adjustments help the network get really good at telling the difference. One cool thing about DNNs is their ability to learn features automatically. Unlike older methods where you had to tell the computer exactly what to look for, DNNs figure it out on their own. They start by understanding simple features like edges in images, and then layer by layer, they combine these features to understand more complex stuff. But it's not all rainbows and butterflies. Training DNNs can be like feeding a very hungry beast. It needs a lot of data and computing power. Ever heard of GPUs? Those graphics cards aren't just for gaming. They're also superstars in training DNNs because of their ability to handle lots of calculations at once. And let's not forget about the dark side, bias. If you only show your DNN pictures of, say, white cats, it might get a bit confused when it sees a black cat. This is why having diverse and comprehensive data is super important. So, where do you find DNNs in real life? Pretty much everywhere, from voice recognition in your phone, predicting what movie you'd like to watch next, to even helping doctors diagnose diseases. In a nutshell, deep neural networks are these incredible, multi-layered structures that learn from data. They're like the brain's distant, digital cousins, constantly learning and evolving, and they're a big part of why AI today is so darn impressive. And that's the scoop on DNNs. Kind of like teaching a super smart robot to understand the world, one layer at a time. Cool, right? Thank you for watching my video. Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel and give a thumbs up. Thanks for your support.